Hi and welcome to the VF Engineering YouTube channel. At the next episode, we've decided we're going to do more and more behind the scenes stuff. So we're in the development shop here. We've got the two dynos. Right behind me is a R8 that was just delivered over the weekend. And we're going to go into the office because we've got some office work to do. So follow me and I'll show you what we're going to do. Oh, actually, by the way, have you seen some of our CNC machines? Let me show you what we've got. We just took delivery of this lathe. It is an ST15, it's a Haas lathe. Haas is a great manufacturer. They're local to us in Southern California. And right next to it, we've got another one. This is a milling center, VF2 Super Speed. And we use it to cut a lot of our CNC parts, some of our manifolds and engine mounts and various accessories. And we're in the process of reorganizing the shop. We're gonna have a complete redesign of the layout. We'll show you more of that later. So that's for the mold VFM. Yeah. So what we're doing right now is we're looking at the specs for some machines because we're going to buy some more. Have a look at the screen here. We're looking at the Haas website. They've got, it's like a candy store actually. They've got so many options. Let's pull up one of the machines we're looking at. We're going to get probably like a VF3. This is the toy store right here. If you like CNC machines, this is one of the places to go. These guys are local and give us fantastic service and support. And there we go. It's the VF3. Look at all, yeah, there we go. All right. And it's coming. There we go. I think we should buy one of those today. What do you think?
I agree.
I don't think we should buy one. I think we should buy two.
Of course.
All right. Two is better than one. Make room for capacity to grow, right?
Exactly.
Making room to grow.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Lee.
Okay.
So I'll get that going.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so the Hurricane Performante, it's the instruction manual I have here for the supercharger kit. Looks like it's still in process in the early stages of the installation. Our workflow kind of dictates how and when we work on which cars. More cars are coming in and cars are being prepped to go out. Right next to it, we've got a 720, which you saw in the last episode, I think. And this one's just been completed. It's been tested, data logged. So we data log these cars whenever we tune them, just to validate the engine performance. It's something we take like a great amount of care in, and it's what also dictates our price. Our pricing includes pre and post testing. It's absolutely critical because it gives us a snapshot of the engine's health in terms of how the sensors are or what the sensors are reading during full throttle performance. So this particular car has a stage 2, which we just completed on Friday, which is an approximate gain of 90 horsepower and 125 pounds of torque at all four wheels measured on the Mustang dyno. So those numbers, 90 and 125 gain at the wheels, actually represent the numbers after the drivetrain loss. So in actual fact, they'll be much higher when you convert them in a comparable number to horsepower at the flywheel. So let's get in and fire this machine. Whew. This one's loud. Let go of this parking brake and we'll get ready to take it out for a road test. So we've already validated the performance of the car and data logged it and verified that the engine's metrics, that's the sensors, the ignition timing, engine cooling, fuel system, torque values, all fall within the ranges that we expect after tuning. So now that's been all done, and we know that the car's ready to go home. We're going to give it a final road test. Take a few pictures while we're at it. Another great day here in Southern California. Just fantastic. Great fun tuning these cars every day, and got these fantastic roads. So this car has had an exhaust upgrade, and it's also had our software added, but then we also recommend the turbo inlets, the factory inlet pipes, the plastic elbows that go from the ducts to the turbos themselves, that go to the inlet side of the turbos, tend to sometimes have an issue, and we've replaced them with the Pure Turbo's silicone elbows, the one-piece elbows. We find that they're excellent for reliability. They seem to be very popular as well. So we'll put this thing in, it's already in track mode. We'll let the car warm up. I love the way the dash comes down here. You've seen that? It's like a little spaceship. Extremely important to get the tire temps up. There's the crackles. What do you think, Daniel? Good? So we offer an option in terms of how loud you might want your exhaust to be. Anywhere from modest to ridiculous. Most people go for around about 6 or 7 out of 10. This car has a 6, really, as far as how we rate it in terms of audio.
So Nick, what are the power needs for this specific car?
Yeah, on this specific car, it made approximate, I think it was 85 horsepower at all 4 wheels, and 120 to 125 pounds of torque at all 4 wheels. We measure these cars, even though they're 2-wheel drive, we measure them in a 4-wheel drive dyno because the ECU likes to see the front wheels in motion, or it goes into a limp mode. There is a scan tool, I think I mentioned it before, that puts the car into dyno mode. We haven't got our hands on one of those yet, we will eventually. That will allow us to then put the car in dyno mode and then run out the dyno jet. The dyno jet is the other dyno that we have, that single roller, so we can run this car in 2-wheel drive because it's a rear-wheel drive car, 2-wheel drive mode on the dyno with no load, which is quite popular, that dyno, very popular. There's thousands of them. So a lot of the dyno numbers you see thrown around on the internet and in social media are numbers that were measured on that type of a dyno because they tend to be a lot higher. So what might be 85 horsepower on our Mustang dyno in 4-wheel drive mode could be as high as 100, 110 at the wheels on a 2-wheel drive dyno jet, depending on the settings, of course. But if you're talking about like for like, we've seen big swings.
Now, if people want the option to get more power, is there an option to do that?
Oh yes, there's always an option. So this is stage 2, probably the most aggressive before you start doing something like hybrid turbos. Pure Turbos offer swaps or replacement on an exchange basis, where we can take off your turbo units and send them off to them, and they'll send us a replacement unit with upgraded internals, a slightly bigger impeller. That allows us to hold and actually request more boost throughout the RPM range. And we've already done a couple of those cars. We call them stage 3, and on 91 octane, the gains are, so if this car has gained about 85 at the wheels, the stage 3 gains approximately 150 at the wheels, which is substantial on this car. And keep in mind, that's a Mustang dyno number, so the Mustang numbers always read lower than the typical dyno jet numbers. If we throw some race gas into it, that'll really wake up the car. So you'll have to go to our website and have a look at some of the info on that. All right, so I'm looking at the tire gauge, the tire pressures and the temperatures, and still waiting for them to warm up, waiting for the tire lights to go on. Wow, what a great drive. A McLaren 720S with 850 horsepower. What is there not to like? Every time I drive one of these, it reminds me of how good they are, relatively speaking to what they were before we tuned them. And it just gave me such a great feeling, so much feedback through the steering wheel. The car feels light, really responsive, it just wants to go. So I've got to restrain myself. If you've got a 720 and you want to make this car even more fun, check out our website at vfengineering.com or give us a call. Also, comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. And also let us know what kinds of things you want to see behind the scenes, what we're doing here at VF Engineering, and we'll show you. Thanks for checking it out.